far from the bustling crowd, a special kind of magic awaits just offshore in Lagundri Bay. Home to a world-famous barreling wave, South Nias has attracted surfers from across the globe for generations. This year, the Nias Pro promises to be another exciting spectacle, with the world's best up-and-coming surfers from Australia and Asia battling it out for QS glory on this legendary wave.
First, I want to thanks to everyone at home for supporting me, and I love you guys, and can't wait to see you guys soon.
All right, look at the celebrations here. That is Winter Vincent. He is the winner of the men's final. Can't believe it. He had to overcome a rampaging Josh Kerr, who was pushing that twin fin through its paces. The celebrations, Jackie Thomas loves it. All right, the young fellas, all those points are going to mean so much to him. Having a good crack at the Challenger Series. You don't know what's going to happen during the year, so the lads are going to cheer him up over the rocks. That's a really brave move. Let's hope they got their good thongs on. Fantastic scenes down here. Congratulations, Winter Vincent, the 2024 Nias Pro Champion. You see it there on the bottom of your screen. It's going to be raucous celebrations tonight here at Pantai Sorake. All right, what do you think of that, Zia? Welcome back.
Yep, that is some incredible stuff. I mean, Winter has been feeling pretty sick almost this whole event. So, yeah. And he has not made any mistakes. He won the event. That is some incredible stuff. Definitely a moment he will never forget.
All right, the women are underway, mate. Ella McCaffrey's already got a wave, and it's a 3.83. This is Oceanna Rogers on her first wave. So 35 minutes of the women's final. It's great to have you here in the booth with me, Giada. It's been a great contest, and it's all come down to this. Ella McCaffrey out of America taking on Oceanna Rogers out of Australia on the East Coast. A big hello to, I reckon, Brett Rogers has pulled the truck over, taken the high vis off, maybe he's cracked a cold one, and watching his daughter go around in the final of this QS 5000.
Yep, that's right, and it's officially underway. This will be the last heat of this QS. It's been an incredible week of waves. We have seen some of the best days of competition, and both these girls have been killing it. Here are some of the replays. So this is a replay of Oceanna Rogers. This wave comes in at a 3.63.
Wow. Just under the first of Ella's, so it must have been 2 waves of turns.
All right, there we have the 2 finalists.
All right, looks like Tippy and Mark there trying to get the logistics right, because we've had a few technical hiccups during that men's final. So we'll cross down there as soon as we're told to do so. It's a very, very happy Winter Vincent, and I'd say Kersey wouldn't be too upset too. It's been a great, fantastic contest for him. And I'm sure we'll see him back here again next year.
Oh, 100%. I mean, as you said, this is his first time here as well. He hasn't been to Pantai Sorake just yet, but he was in great form the entire week. He got some crazy barrels, and I'm sure him and Sierra will be back here very soon.
Yeah, it won't be the first time, but it won't be the last.
100%.
All right, let's catch our breath. Well, it's been a madness gone up around the commentary booth and getting their act together down at the presentation site. We will concentrate on the women's final because this is the last heat of the QS 5000. The girls given the blue ribbon time slot, and why not? Oceanna Rogers took care of Sierra Kerr. No mean feat. As impressed as the contest has gone on, Oceanna has impressed more and more. Winning fans along the way. I think I'm going to sign up to the fan club. Really am a big fan of her surfing, and she's a delight to be around in the athletes area.
Oh, you can count me into that fan club too. I think I've never heard of Oceanna before this event, and wow, she really just blew me away with her surfing. So mature and her competition strategies as well. She just never gives up. This is Ella McCaffray on a solid looking wave. Unfortunately, just gets stuck behind, so leaving Oceanna Rogers out the back with priority. Even though it's early days, that is a dangerous situation to live Oceanna. Her wave selection has been on point. She has not made many mistakes throughout the event. She has made it all the way to the finals of this QS 5000. Alright, so just reaching 27 and 45 seconds, and there's still plenty of time. No big scores just yet, but with the conditions we're having right now, we're going to see them soon. I mean, watch the very end of that last heat, and Winter was incredible.
He was incredible. I mean, it wasn't a mistake or anything to Josh Kerr to take off on that wave where he scored the 8.5, but the one behind it was just better. And had to do something in the dying minutes of that, or the dying seconds of that final, because Winter held priority, and so he had to take that inside wave as well and roll the dice. He would have turned around to see Winter getting drained once more. Sometimes the rhythm of the ocean goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. It had a little bit of a tidor halfway through that final, but Winter did super well to keep his composure and rocket to victory. It's fantastic for the young man.
I mean, that was no mistake, especially that second exchange, the very last one.
Yep.
You know, he let Josh Kerr on that first set wave. That's nerves of steel right there. I mean, I don't know if I would have been able to handle that type of pressure.
Yeah.
And then he actually caught the second one again, knowing it was going to be better, and improved his scoreline even more. So that was not chance. That was not luck. That was smart, competitive surfing from Winter Vincent.
Cold-blooded. That's
yeah.
what it was.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's hope Huey throws down a few sets for the women's final. It's been an interesting march for Ella McCaffray. I was saying earlier on today, she's made her way to finals day by not really hitting her straps. I don't think we've seen the best of Ella surfing. We've seen her go around a few years here at Nias and has really blown hair back. But this year, a little bit out of the rhythm, I'm not too sure, but has made her way to finals day without really slipping into top gear. Make no mistake, it's an awesome effort to get to the final, but let's see her really put the accelerator down and try and take care of Oceanna Rogers, who has had an incredible run herself.
I mean, yeah, this is Ella's second final here in Nias. So I think she came second to Paige Harrop, if I'm not wrong.
Right on, yep.
So incredible efforts from Ella McCaffray getting again into the final. So she's been in this situation before. But we're going to throw down to Mark and Winter Vincent, who just took out the Nias Pro.
Are we down here? We're on?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's mayhem down here on the shoreline, as you can imagine. We've just finished the men's Nias Pro QS 5000. There's a lot of crew down here watching this. We have the head of tourism here on Nias Island, who is going to present our second place check, if we can please, our runner-up, to, if we can do this, if we could just present this please to Josh Kerr. You guys, everybody, Kersey. And I've asked Josh if he's coming back next year. He said if you can promise the waves are going to be as good as this, he'll be back. I want to shake your hand, Josh. Either way, you're going to come back. The waves are going to be as good next year. You've got to come back, brother. All right, now, everybody, this is a big deal. The winner of the men's QS 5000, his name is Winter Vincent. He's won his first 5000, everybody. Put your hands together. Let's hand over the winner's check from the head of tourism here on Nias Island. Winter Vincent, what a day this is, the 13th of June 2024. Your dreams have come true, brother.
Yeah, this is a day I'll never forget. Having all my friends back here and pumping waves and a final against Kersey, couldn't get much better.
All right, well, you've had a few runner-ups this year, telling me through the Aussie leg. How good has this week been? Can you describe what's happened here at Sorake Beach?
Yeah, this is the best surf I think the world's seen for a QS comp, so I'm pretty stoked to be a part of it.
All right, and the points, 5,000 points, is a big deal. How important is that, taking that with you on your rest of your Challenger season?
Yeah, I got the Challenger season coming up, and it's a big relief to get 2 good results here in Krui and Nias. So, yeah, just go freestyle.
Unreal, you're a legend. Everybody put your hands together for the winner of the men's QS 5000. It's Winter Vincent. Well done, Winter. Thanks, everybody. Women's final. Back to the boys in the comms duties.
Well, thanks very much, Mark. Congratulations to Winter Vincent and well played to Josh Kerr. What a cracking final that was, but it's all eyes and all attention on the lineup now because this is the women's final of the QS 5000, the Nias Pro for 2024. Ella McCaffray is wearing the red and Oceanna Rogers is backing it up in the blue. Oceanna has a first priority and is looking for a very small requirement. All the scores you can see right there on the screen. The surfers will be keen to wrap them up and throw them in the bin because they want some big, excellent scores. Maybe by way of tubes, maybe via a couple of really healthy turns.
Yep, so we know both these girls can get barreled. It's a goofy versus regular situation here in the final. We saw some great barrels on that last final of the men's. Hopefully we'll see the girls give it a go as well. They are both incredible surfers and, you know, in the final for a reason.
All right, action out the front. The first priority holder is Oceanna Rogers, and she's taken off on a wave. It's going to have to be turned. She's got a great backhand attack on her. That hook is no exception. Sticking with this one because every point in a final is valuable. Oceanna Rogers, wave number 2. Welcome back to the commentary booth. Mark Clift, I hope you got your breath back.
That was kind of pretty hectic down there, as you would imagine. You know, there was a really cool vibe. Winter was just so pumped. He said he got like 3 or 4 runner-up positions throughout the Aussie leg. A runner-up in a 5,000 at Newcastle, but he's finally won a big one. You know, the Nias Pro 5,000, and as he commented, probably the best waves it's ever been for a QS event. That tag's been thrown out a lot this week, AG.
Yep, for sure. We've heard that time and time again throughout this week, and people saying the best QS event ever in history.
Why not?
Yeah, let's stick with that. Sounds good. So, replays. How's Oceanna been going, Bill?
Well, it's been a really quiet heat. You can see by the low scoring in the columns for both red and blue. I'm not sure. It's been pretty much that. One half decent turn and then a flick off. So we'll see where that score comes in. Could quite well go above the 383 of Ella's, but nothing to write home about just yet.
All right, yeah, the score coming in, it's going to definitely improve her situation. She'll go to first. Another low score about to drop, so the judges, they want to see tube rides. We've just seen the men's final just finish in famous fashion, particularly for, let's watch Ella McCaffray.
This is Ella, big first turn, sets it up for the second one.
Oh, yeah.
And that hack was super strong, so Ella, you know, this is all or nothing right now.
All right, a good turn there, good series of moves for Ella. A 370 drops in for Oceanna Rogers. We've all seen Ella McCaffray on our Asian tour for quite a few years, guys. She's a big-time performer. She's made finals before. She hasn't won at this level. She's had some runner-up positions. But I've never seen Oceanna Rogers before, Bill. So what do you like most about this Young Chargers act?
Well, it's a fresh face, and yeah, we haven't seen it before. You're like, that's a cute-looking surfer. Wonder how she goes. puts a rash vest on. Oh my goodness me, taking things apart. So I've really liked the surprise package, which has been Oceanna Rogers. So we're enjoying that replay of Ellen McCaffray, but pretty down to earth sort of a gal. Had a good talk to her about her family and a bit of a history and how long she's been competing. She's been going around the traps for 10 years. She just got interested surfing at 8 and then started competing a couple of years later. Here she is, G.
So this is Oceanna now pulling into this one. Unfortunately, just gets kind of guillotined out the back on that one, but it was a great effort. So the last of Ella McCaffray comes in at a 7.33. So extending her lead. That's a pretty healthy score, especially with 18.5 minutes left.
Especially considering it was moves,
Yeah.
all right? So they were real A-grade moves, right in the pocket, perfect connection twice with a real steep bowling sections. The judges have rarely thrown numbers that big at manoeuvres, so they really loved Ella's act and just how quality and how much rail and tightness in the pocket with power, a 7.33. Well done to
Unreal.
Ella. So
Unreal.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, but you know, Oceanna Rogers, similar scores in their last heat, a high 7 as well. 2 big backhand hacks, so still plenty of time for her to, you know, get that score she needs.
Yeah,
Oceanna.
definitely no walkover is Oceanna Rogers. G, you're exactly right. And I don't think there's any giving up inside her either.
No, look, one of the points I've been making all week with Oceanna, and I even said this to her when I finally, tracked her down a couple of days ago. We'll stay with the live action and get back to that. But here is Ella dropping into 4th wave now, so she'll be mighty chuffed that the judges are buying into this rail game that she's got. How's the bottom turn and the drone work? So she does power turn. She's a strong lady, and she is, been doing the rounds with the Ration through the Asian region for a long time. But a quick one while we're waiting for the number. Back to Oceanna. She doesn't make many mistakes. She is a real surprise package, Bill, like you said. She's super tiny, definitely surfs out of a weight division when she gets the Rashi on, and she rarely makes errors. So I reckon in the next 17 minutes, we're going to see better work out of Oceanna.
Yeah, she's practically been on like attack mode all week. She has not had a single heat where you kind of like see her out of rhythm or selecting any bad waves. So it's been super great to watch.
Giada, what did you like about this?
All right, so this is what the judges see, the beach view. I love that first hack, super tight in the pocket. She really laid into it. Except for that second one, a little bit more of a mid-face one, but most of the points are going to be coming from that first one. She's going to back up that 7.33 really nicely.
Yep, I reckon you're 100% correct. And I like what you said, she really laid into it because she lays the bottom turn over really hard, and then when she gets near the top, she just totally explodes and rotates really hard, Bill.
Really hooks it around. You see a lot of surfers when the same approach, get to the top of the wave and only bring it around like 3/4 of the way. But Ellen McCaffray bringing that surfboard all the way around so it points at the whitewater. Judges take note of that thing. Just got a message through, mate. All the way late night in California. Courtney Connolly joining us.
Oh, how
Digging
good.
the action.
Courtney, this wave, you would so love it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see what's happened here this week. Court, g'day. It's Mark Clift. We've met a bunch of times down at the Margaret River Pro. And Courtney, imagine her out here.
I'd kill it.
She would. Kersey said he didn't commit to coming back next year because he said, he goes, oh, well, I'd come back if I knew the waves were going to be as good as this next year. And I said, yeah, but you could go one better. You could win. So he kind of left a bit of a Moon King in the air there. It's a maybe out of Kersey, but
Well, he's a mystery man, mate. He's left the door open. Of course he's coming back. Come on.
because his daughter will be here, right? I reckon she'll come back.
She might be on tour by then.
She
Who
might-
knows?
Who knows?
All right, Ella McCaffray, 5.50, backing up a 7.33. The American looking super strong at the 15-minute mark. Oceanna Rogers has some work to do now. Her requirement, a 9.13. You would think that she would do that with two waves.
Yeah, it's a big number. You know, it's quite a daunting number when you hear a 913, but a 1283 two-wave total is kind of maybe where Oceanna's got to look at that now, or just have the absolute wave of her week.
Yeah.
And lay down that 913 in one bite. But for the Rogers family at home, having never heard of your young daughter before, win, lose or draw here, and I've said this a few times throughout the event, she's going to make a lot of fans, Bill,
Yep.
because I really reckon she's done a lot of good things here this week.
Thumbs up. Radio, things going Ella's way. Got the lead, got priority, and got this thing. Staring her square in the face. Nope, I'll keep that.
How do you pass that thing up, Bill?
No,
Check it out.
A bit of that action.
Well, maybe this is why. She's on the hunt now.
Going deeper, I like that. Maybe after a bit of funnel time, this is the American Ella McCaffray. Spent a lot of time around Indonesia, in particular this wave. Will it be on show here? It does slip straight under the curtain. She's going to make it out, that is for sure. Loves it. Asks for a bit of support from the beach. She gets it from the channel.
She's going to get it from the judges too, trust me.
Oh, smiles.
Even the way behind looked unreal, but Ella's done the business right there, Bill. That was a really good thread. I'm sure we're going to see the judges' angle again and confirm exactly how long behind the curtain. But her first indications in the body language, Ella's loving it. I'm thinking the best wave of the final so far.
Mate, you don't see much claim sort of action from Ella when she pulls out a wave, so that was cool. She must have been really feeling it out there.
Yep, especially with just under 13 minutes and 8.83, her last wave pushes her straight into the lead, putting Oceanna Rogers in combination. So this is going to be the replay of Ella McCaffrey's last wave. You see her pulling into this one super deep, and she makes it out. Looks back at the judges like, what more?
Well, having a chat with her this morning, mate, you don't get waves like that in the free surf. She was telling me that earlier. She said she had such a good wave the other night in a free surf and someone dropped in on. And that's the common theme of afternoon surfs when there's 60 or 70 people out there. So she's making the most of probably a final surf at Lagundri Bay this week, with just one other surfer out there, the youngster Oceanna. And you could see just the joy and the emotion from Ella. That was just such a good wave. Well done, Ella.
Right, that 12-odd heat total has pushed up to 16.16 now for Oceanna. 12 minutes remaining. I think a couple of bombs could do it.
Yeah, what has she got to do now, Bill, the youngster?
Well, you just got it back to the drawing board. Forget that it's it's halfway through the heat. Look for a big gaping cave all the way through the channel, and you're going to get up there in that 8 and 9 region.
Well, let's remember the last few minutes for Winter Vincent.
Yes.
All right. He hadn't had a really good score on the board. He got a 9.6, 9.67 or something with only a few minutes to go.
Yep.
And then he got we never really saw the number, but it was close to another 9 inside the last minute. So he got his numbers, which added up to 18.46 inside the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yep, this is true. Keep the faith.
Yep, it's not over just yet for Oceanna Rogers. With 11 minutes, she can catch 2 waves. And we've seen her never give up in the other heat, so I don't see why she would do the same. Like, she wouldn't do the same here in the final.
And once again, it's a tale of two different surfers, isn't it, Bill? The American has been around for quite a while through our Asian area. She's been on the podium here before. She's been on the podium at Cruy. She's never won. She's been on the Challenger, all those sort of things, all those sort of hard yards, up against a fresh new face, a young 19-year-old who wants to be that person.
Yep, she's got a touch of the Katie Simmons about her, I reckon. Same style. The technique has to be perfect. If you're not, a large human, you can really lay a bit of weight into those rails. So if you want your turns to capture the imagination of the judging panel and the greater surfing public, your technique and your timing has to be perfect. And Oceanna Rogers has displayed that this week.
I reckon 100%, mate. And a touch of the Katie Simmons, I like that. Got the freckles going. Got the, similar size and quietly spoken. So once again, to the Rogers clan out there, a lot of people have stood up and taken notice this week, not just us, of young Oceanna. So the experiment to come through the Asian leg here and to park herself up at Lagundri Bay has well and truly been worth it.
Yep, second place at a QS 5000 is a huge result.
So let's have a look. We know she collects $5,000 for a runner-up position. The points on offer are $3,900. So it's not quite the 5,000, but it's a fair chunk of valuable, unbuyable QS points. So I asked her earlier at a post-heat interview what her immediate goals was, and she laid down something like, I want to do well, and I just want to do. I said, what about Challenger? She goes, well, yeah, I'd love to do that. I said, well, surely that should have been your answer. She does want to be a Challenger surfer.
Aim for the top. Yeah, I like it when athletes come out and just lay it on the line what they want to do, because you might not reach that, but that's what you've got to put out there and open yourself up to sometimes not quite reaching your goals. Try again, and then you'll reach it, and then you'll reach it. Rio Wider, a great example.
Yeah, we'll mention what he said to us in an interview after we watched what Blue lays down here. Oceanna needs at least about a 6.5 to get out of combo here. So on a backhand, really strong attack on the lip. It's been a go-to move throughout this event with a strong carving cutback, over and out now in the channel, but it's got to be better than a 6, 1-6, let's face it, to give herself a chance. But a 6.5, a 7 or something like that would be good if she could get that out of that ride. She needs to get out of combo, Bill, and she needs to do it in a hurry.
100%. Coming down towards the 8-minute mark. One other thing I like about Oceanna is a goofy footer.
Well, you goofies are tired. I'm surrounded by goofies, folks. I'm holding it down for the natural footers. From one goofy footer to another, what do you like about this?
Here we have it. I love this first turn. She goes upside down. So much water out the back. Wraps it around here again. So this last one comes in at a 6.33. Takes her out of combination now. She's looking for an almost perfect score of a 9.83 with 7.5 remaining. Will Oceanna bite back?
All right, well, she's going to need a biggest number of the tournament to win the Nias Pro. It's time to go really big. She's going to need a barrel, a big barrel, a long barrel to get that number. We haven't seen a 9.83 thrown down today, Bill. We've gone pretty close. Winter Vincent had a ripping final. He'll be up there just probably trying to soak up what's all happened. It's his first really big victory. He runner-up in a 5,000 before, and he's runner-up a bunch of times throughout the Aussie leg of QS action, and finally gets gold. So, well, there's a little break in the action. Back to that Rio Wider conversation and his goals, all right? Like, Rio was super focused, we all know that. And Krui, years ago, we had a post-heat interview. We sat him down. I said, Rio, what are your goals? I want to be a CT surfer. I want to win a world title, and I want to win a gold medal. Straight up, those three things. Aiming high, young man.
Aiming high, yep. Forget it, one heat at a time, that sort of business. Here's where I want to go. That's where I've got my eyes set. Let's rock and roll and have a good time getting there.
And you know what? You all know how focused he is, and he's the sole Indonesian on the big show. He's dragging in his slipstream. A lot of other dreams are coming along with him. A lot of people believe they've seen how Rio's done it. He's lived in Bali, so he's been in contact with a lot of other Indos that have watched him progress year after year. They've watched his act. So just an absolute gem. And for all the other Indos out there, Indonesian surfers, get a chunk and believe and aim high. And like you said, Bill, he's already ticked off one of his goals. So he knows where he wants to go, and he knew how to get there. So that was a big part of having dreams. You've got to have a plan. You've got to know how to get there.
Yeah, and the important thing he has done, he's shown young kids how to get there. This is exactly how you do it, just like I've done it.
Oh, just like Rio's done it. I thought you meant yourself.
No. I was talking in the third person.
All right,
have a look at this. 5.5 minutes to go, Mark. It is Ella McCaffray out in the lead. That 8.83, a massive score. It was a good-looking tube. The 6.33 of Oceanna's was just a point under the second wave of Ella's. So both really good-looking turns. And the judges giving the nod to the surfer in red. So with 5 minutes to go, the pressure is mounting on Oceanna Rogers in blue. A 9.83, the requirement. She's not sitting around dropping anchor, hoping something will come her way. Looks like she's keeping busy.
Yeah, needs a huge number now. So let's see how much fuel's left in the tank here for young Oceanna. I'm sure folks are sitting on the edge of their seats. I'm sure either way, they are totally impressed with the effort she's put up here. This is there's so many quality seasoned surfers at this event, and for the young one to be away from home, travelling with Simon Iwa, to do what she's done here, I'm sure there's a little tear in the eye in the Rogers clan as they watch their charger needing a huge number, but you know, what a moment for that family.
Cracker, absolute cracker.
So at the conclusion of this final, we'll go and do what we did with the men's. We'll have a quick little presentation moment down there in front of the athlete area. We'll then go on hold until 1 o'clock. It's almost 12 now. So Pro Junior guys, was it, Bill? Is that what was thrown down? I know there's some
the
Pro Junior fellas.
round of 32 is going to be hitting the water, so that's 8 heats of the Pro Juniors men's.
Just want to have a little glance through that, Bill, and let everybody online know who potentially to keep their eye out for in the next.
All right, so in the Pro Junior men's, some of the big names is Tenshi Wami, obviously Dylan Wilcoxon as well. He's been killing it. And he's in a heat with his best friend, Joaquim Risky. So that's going to be a pretty interesting heat. We're going to have Weston Hurst in heat 8. I know Bronson Mady's in heat 4. And
there's a lot of
Shohei
shredders.
Kato,
Yeah, there's a lot. Shohei, geez, he got all the way to, I think, quarter-final this morning. So the juniors, and we've got Rafael Castro as well, the big fella. But let's stay with the diminutive Oceanna Rogers. She gives it a pump. The wave slaps her on the back. Not ideal when you're chasing a 9.83. It's a big advantage to Ella McCaffray, who, let's face it, mate, after so many attempts at this Asian Tour, she's got her fingerprints all over the winner's check of this year's Nias Pro.
She's got one hand on the trophy, that is for sure. Ella McCaffray, after a few swings at the title, this could be the home run.
It's been a long time coming for Ella, really, if she does win. And let's face it, it's looking like she's about to. A couple of near misses throughout the Asian Tour. But if anybody deserves it more, you know, out of anybody that's gone around and done the hard yards, this has been a long time coming. Should Ella hang on here in these last 2 minutes? What do you reckon, G?
yeah, I mean, she's worked so hard for this moment, and she's been here already a few years in a row. So she's made finals, both in juniors and open, and I think this could possibly finally be her moment. It's looking pretty good with just a minute 50 left. She has priority. Oceanna needs a 9.83 to go to first, so a big moment for Ella McCaffrey.
Yeah, 5 waves apiece, red and blue. All scores are in. 16-16 versus 10.03. 90 seconds for Ella to maybe realise some big-time dreams going on through the Indonesian tour. She's been in Indo for a while. She didn't come to Krui.
Yep.
She was down there at Lakey. I saw her just before I left, and I said, I'll see you in Krui. She said, no, you won't, but I'm coming to Nias. She's made it pay off big time. So moments away now, just over a minute. Does Oceanna get a chance? Ella says, there you go, you can have that, youngster. This could be a little sign-off now for Oceanna.
No, not quite scratching into that, mate. 1 minute to go. It has been a dominant display, let's face it, from Ella McCaffray. That 7.33 was a good way to start your scoring waves, backing it up a wave, a point better at 8.33 into the excellent zone. It's been catch-up for Oceanna Rogers ever since. 44 seconds winding down. Looks like the young Australian would have a last crack at it. 41 seconds. It's a little bit of an inside runner. Love to see the style of the backhand on this young lady from Queensland. That's a couple of cracking turns. I think it's going to be the 9.83, but it's definitely going to improve her scoreline, Mark.
Yep, and just a bit of transport into the reef. She gave herself a little mini fist pump. She has... You know, she's probably not going to win this thing. A 9.83 is a huge number. There's no tube involved in that final ride. Ella's obviously stood up out the back as well, we can see. But as the youngster makes her way to the beach, you know, I'm going to just give her a little quiet salute because she surfs really well. She went down swinging, Bill, on that last wave. Final words from you, Giada?
Yep, she has had an incredible run here at the Nias Pro. So there we have it. Some scores to come through, but I'm pretty sure it will be Ella McCaffrey. Wow, an 8.17 was Oceanna's last score. Not enough, though, so Ella McCaffrey is a Nias Pro winner.
from the bustling crowd, a special kind of magic awaits just offshore in Lagundri Bay. Home to a world-famous barreling wave, South Nias has attracted surfers from across the globe for generations. This year, the Nias Pro promises to be another exciting spectacle, with the world's best up-and-coming surfers from Australia and Asia battling it out for QS glory on this legendary wave.
First, I want to thanks to everyone at home for supporting me, and I love you guys and can't wait to see you guys soon.